Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning! And welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is Thursday, October 8th, 2020. And before we get going, just know there is a debate recap at the end of this show. So stick around for that. Hopefully you watched the live stream, the pre-show last night. Played maybe the drinking game or the push-up game, and then now into this show, you will get a debate recap. So. Story, debate recap. Yep.
Also, on tomorrow's show, we're going to have a big announcement, so make sure you tune into tomorrow's show.
You damn right you need to tune into Florida Man Friday this week, and every week, but especially this week. For
and in the week, crazy and strong.
Mm-hmm. It'll blow your mind.
Indeed. I'm ready. I'm already wearing a tank top just in anticipation. I couldn't even put sleeves on today. That's
look how
excited I am about.
Look at me.
Oh, is that
look how unbuttoned I am. Can you tell?
What kind of
shirt is that?
Can you tell?
It's a blouse.
It's a blouse. No, you know what it is. It just fits again. It's mizzen and main. It's one of those it's just real stretchy.
It looks like you went for risky business one Halloween, and it's like the kind of Halloween dress they sent you with.
Yeah, I know I look good. Thank you.
YouTube.com/HardFactorNews to see how good Mark looks. Also, shout out to Josh in North Carolina. Not to be outdone by Ike's Sandwich Shop, which is a delicious sponsor of the Fatathon Cheat Day. And I ate one yesterday, didn't even put any weight back on, boys. So that's how good Ike's is. But Josh in North Carolina, everybody got mad at Josh about hating on the voicemails. Well, Josh in North Carolina is now donating $1,000 for the charity Fatathon.
Holy shit,
right.
For real?
Yeah, that's right. His Twitter profile says, "Stop shouting, Mark," but we've made up. And I talked with Josh on the phone 3 times today. He paid me $1,000, which is all going to all for the charities.
Charity.
And he's going to leave a voicemail encouraging other people in the Hive to step it up, I believe.
That's huge.
That's awesome. Fucking dollars.
You guys made
I'll
up.
tell you, I haven't eaten much.
He called me a
we made
liberal
up.
cuck.
He wanted me to give you shit. Well, now me and Josh are friends, and he said,
I don't
Pat,
care.
fuck off.
As long as the dollars are flowing.
Yeah.
Josh in North Carolina, also a fan of the sexting Senate race. He was getting some good jollies on.
Yeah,
Cal.
he's a good follow.
He's now
hard factor Josh from North Carolina. So check him out.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that commitment
right,
from a Hive member.
That's right. Josh is all in. And so that's huge motivation for us. I know I haven't eaten much today. I think we'll lose more weight, especially if you guys want to give it to charity so we can try to raise more for our charities. Definitely very motivating for us.
You don't need to give $1,000, but sponsor a host or large. Do like a couple dollars a pound for pick someone, and then tweet us or leave us a voicemail or DM us and say I want to sponsor so and so for $2 a pound and commit to it.
Or just go to the pin
for good charities.
All
go to charity. Yeah.
Toss in $5, whatever you can afford. It's everything. Every dollar is going to go to one of the charities we're representing.
That's right.
Including our money that we put in. So,
that's right.
Before we move on to the stories of the day, fellas, thoughts are with the city of Minneapolis. Officer Derek Chauvin, who was the one who killed George Floyd, has been released on bond. So, it's part of the legal process. Obviously, could be some type of inflammatory event for the city, and we're just hoping that people are safe. In Minneapolis.
Get on a spaceship. He's in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surely to be back in court. All right.
Let's poor Derek Chauvin. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about for the city.
No, I'm saying who cares? I hope he gets harassed. I hope he doesn't get a wink of sleep.
Well, yeah, they'll probably have the air horns out. But let's move on for the stories of the day. So not great news at the top. On Tuesday, the current director of national intelligence, John Radcliffe, who is, a lot of people not happy with the job he's doing on the left. Trump, obviously very happy with what happened. He released a declassified version of the handwritten note from former CIA director John Brennan. So John Brennan was a CIA director under Obama. And it appears to confirm that Brennan was aware of a campaign tie from the Hillary Clinton campaign to try to tie Donald Trump to Russia in the media in relation to her DNC server hack. So it's also apparent from the note that he briefed, at the time, current President Barack Obama about that. So The note, which is largely redacted, but does include the following information on the handwritten details. It says, on the 28th of July, so the summer before the election, we're getting additional insight into Russian activities from redacted. Site alleged approved by Hillary Clinton a proposal from one of her foreign policy advisors to vilify Donald Trump by stirring up a scandal claiming interference by the Russian security service. Any evidence of the collaboration between Trump campaign plus Russia, and in the margins, there was notes for the following people: POTUS, JC, which many people are thinking is Comey, Dennis, and Susan.
Wouldn't that be
Susan
Jared
Rice.
Kushner, though? JC?
JC, these are POTUS. These are people on
Kushner
Brennan's
K,
team.
yeah.
Kushner's a K.
Kushner, yeah.
Kushner's a K. Also, JC could be Jim Clapper, maybe. But yeah, these are people on Obama's team.
James Comey.
Yeah, most people think it's Comey. John Brennan, the guy who wrote all of that on July of 2016, has responded to the declassification, calling it an attempt to politicize his job, which it sounds like he already did, judging from the handwritten note the summer before the election where he was spying on the challenger's campaign as the director of the CIA. But, maybe now it's really politicized. I'm not sure. I think
What does
basically
Brennan do now? Write books? Avoid
he hates
trials?
Trump he hates Trump
Tweets?
as a living.
So
tweets.
let me ask, I got an interesting question here. So obviously we know Watergate, right, was a big deal because Nixon's campaign was spying on the DNC.
Spying on
Right. So he's an incumbent. That's like Nixon acting on behalf.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's similar to Watergate.
If you're the CIA director and there's someone who's not an incumbent, isn't it your duty though to know what's going on with them in some respects? Especially if there's suspect.
That's what Brennan. So Pat, that's what Brennan and all of the people on the left who are in the intelligence community are saying. They're saying, hey, even though we were spying on them, it was because of national security. And so you can't. This is treasonous to declassify this, but they're not in charge anymore.
I mean,
so,
I don't like the idea of anyone being above getting spied on, because then, especially, if they got dealings.
But do you like the idea of the CIA spying on everybody, all of the challengers?
That's why we
to any
have
incumbent.
them,
No,
though.
no, probably not. It's probably for national security and safety of
The
citizens.
vilify word.
So what-
Is,
Yeah, I mean, that's
the trouble.
different.
How far do we know how far Hillary went? Like, what did she do? Do we know what happened? Like,
This is just this
of the
is just
iceberg?
this is just what we're saying. This comes from the Durham report, which the full report's not coming out apparently.
right. The one
before
pager that came out
the
like
election.
last week, right? This was like
This is just what's
elaborating
being-
that.
Right, which
Elaborate
is
on
just
that.
coming out. It's trickling out basically.
Right.
Similar to the Mueller report, you had stuff coming out before the final thing. But it
Certainly,
turns
the
out
CIA shouldn't be like in cahoots with anyone trying to. Like, what did Brennan do? I'm trying to think of how bad it is. Obama, he probably heard this in one of those daily briefings, right? And he just ignored it. And then,
Well, no, I mean, he knows that Hillary's working up a plan to tie
Did he
Trump to
help-
Russia,
how
and the
far did Hillary
CIA is
go?
gathering information about Russia, trying to interfere in the election as part of national security, but also to help Hillary. So,
I mean, Russia
it
also-
just is what it is.
They also let them run with it like crazy. The whole Democratic
Yeah.
Party ran with this shit.
how did this
Well,
not
turn
how did
into
this,
the Mueller report.
How did this not
I
come
mean, it's
out?
fucking nuts.
And that was like a 16-year long report, the Mueller report. Why didn't they? It was I'm joking, like 2 years. But like how did this Hillary stuff not come out then? Like in the past?
Oh,
when they were-
because the Durham report, the investigation going on right now, Durham is basically auditing what happened back
did
then.
Mueller not just Mueller had to have known this, right? Like,
Right, but that wasn't what he was. He was looking for ties between Trump and Russia. He didn't care if the CIA was already looking for him before him.
when he said there was no collusion, and he didn't say there wasn't obstruction of justice. He didn't say but when he said there was
Yeah.
no collusion, why wouldn't that Hillary stuff come up then in the no collusion part?
Wasn't relevant to his report, I think you would say.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Trump at this point, it's a four-part plan because it's all or nothing. I would say confirm ACB at all costs, get the $1,200 checks if Pelosi's willing to give them up, and then put all resources into retaining the Senate because you're not sure you're going to keep the Oval Office. And if I was him, just to throw salt in the wound, I would pardon Edward Snowden on November 4th, no matter what happens. But if I'm Biden,
We got the checks done, by the way. That was all us. It was from the show.
Hey.
Yep. It was all
do you
us.
think the checks? Do you think the checks will get done though?
I think that based on our show yesterday, yes, I think they will get done. And what happened on Twitter with Trump and Pelosi's even saying she'll think about it and stuff like that, I believe that Hard Factor's podcast and Twitter holds a lot of weight in DC, and they're going to get on it. Yeah.
Well, congrats to us.
Yeah.
If I'm Biden, I'm praying that these polls are true right now because he's up by a huge lead. And I'm going to try to avoid talking about young girls in China. Hopefully for him, he's thinking he can coast to a lead if these polls are correct. So let's take it over to Predict It. New CNBC polls show Joe Biden leading in 6 key battleground states. Michigan by +8, Wisconsin by +7, Arizona by +6, Florida by +4, Pennsylvania by +4, and North Carolina by +2. So that's the brand new CNBC polls. Now consider the source. But with all that Joe-mentum going on, I think that maybe, hold off on making too many moves, but there's one move you can make. Remember, bet with your head, not with your heart. All that Joe-mentum, the Dems by 280 plus is all the way up to 18, 19 cents, right?
That'll come up later.
Okay. So you can fade the by no on Dems 280 plus is in Trump won the 2016 presidential election by 74 electoral college votes. So Trump would have to lose all the swing states plus Texas, plus Georgia, plus all kinds of other breadbasket states for that Dems by 280 plus to hit.
I don't know if we have a picture of all the states, but I don't even know if you need to explain yourself here. It's impossible for anyone to win by 280 plus.
Basically impossible. Yeah. So that's a free 16, 17 cents there if you can get it 84, 83 cents on the no Dems by 280 plus in the electoral college. So go to predictit.org.
I'm on that market.
Yeah, good call. It's free money. Go to predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get your first $20 matched on us in the stock market of politics. Use that specific URL and get in on that free money if you want to. It's a lock.
I was talking to a lot of North Carolina people today. I was DMing with someone that's not Josh from North Carolina, that's a Heart of Hive member, and we were talking about, he was talking to me about how I kind of mentioned North Carolina is always red, because we're from Virginia. And he was going through the demographics and explaining how close it was and the different things that have happened with the big cities and stuff.
It's a pretty split state.
So I would say,
especially with Charlotte growing,
What we landed on is it's going to be close. And I think North Carolina and Florida are good bets for closest state if you want to do that market, which is a fun one. All right.
Yeah, North Carolina, the only thing I'm advocating is to fade that Cam guy because he's just getting murdered.
No, Cal Cunningham.
Cal Cunningham.
Yeah.
He's getting murdered in the media.
See, if he just changed his campaign slogan to Cal Cunningham kisses back, I mean, he could spin this thing a lot. He kisses back a lot.
I like Cal Cunningham. I'll kiss your face off or something. Yeah, but yeah,
you're historically sexy.
I love that, man.
It's a good looking lady.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This one was sent in by Greg from Virginia and Mike AG.
What does that mean? She wears old timey panties, old style panties.
I think he's saying she's like Helen of Troy.
Yeah,
Helen of Troy.
She dresses up like a sexy Abe Lincoln.
She's got cobbler shoes.
Okay, sorry, you were saying.
Yeah. So Greg from VA and Mike AG sent this one in. It's pretty fucked up. At least 4 inmates at an Oklahoma jail were subjected to inhumane treatment while at the jail. Do you guys want to guess what that inhumane treatment was?
No food for too long.
Waterboarding?
It's got to be sexual.
We'll see. Well, multiple jail employees, including 21-year-old Christian Miles, 21-year-old Gregory Butler, and 50-year-old supervisor Christopher Hendershot, who should have known better, made inmates. They made them go into a attorney visitation room where they handcuffed them to a wall, and then they turned on a computer at full volume and put Baby Shark on loop, the song Baby Shark, and played it for hours on end while the computer was just out of reach of the handcuffed. Jail. This is a jail, not a prison.
What did they do?
You said these were ISIS guys at Guantanamo Bay?
Nope. Just people at a local jail, which might be one day and then they're out.
But they're terrorists, right?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Huh.
That's definitely torture.
Yeah, that's torture.
They must have been bad.
That's bad. The former jail employees were charged with misdemeanor cruelty to a prisoner and conspiracy this Monday by DA District Attorney David Prater, who said he wishes he could have charged them with a felony, but he couldn't find one. He went on to say, "I'd like to kill them because that song's terrible." He didn't say that. You know what this is to me? It's total frat move behavior. I'm thinking the 2 21-year-old guards, just graduated college, were in a frat, and this is what they used to do to the
there was
the
an
freshmen
annoying
during Hell
inmate.
Week.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like they're like bringing like their Hell Week stuff to the jail, and they're like, "Well, you know what we do is we play a song on loop, and it's
but they're in jail. It's not like they're going to be buddies afterwards, and they need to like exert their hierarchy above them in the social pecking order.
Just
like
dicks.
they're a guard, they're a prisoner. Like you don't need to.
They also
they're just saying.
they
Well,
fly through college in 3 years to become prison guards. You know,
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 21. Yeah, they would have to fly through it. Well, anyways, it
Taking a
reminds
lot
me
of credits
frat
this
move.
semester.
Yeah, they might have gotten kicked out of college, but anyways, they're now.
We got a lot of
former
prison guard
employees.
listeners. Nothing against prison guards, but
They're arrested. Well, no one said anything against prison guards. This is against people that
I
torture.
would imagine our prison guard listeners aren't torturing people with Baby Shark.
Who said anything bad about prison guards?
I said he's referring that I said he flew through college in 3 years to become prison guard. Like that's bad. No one flies through college in 3 years.
You were pointing out they're young. You're pointing out they're 21.
Yeah.
Basically, though, these prisoners were treated like parents for a few hours because every parent has to listen to Baby Shark on loop at their homes, which is, if you can throw up an image here. Baby Shark has like 6.75 billion views on YouTube. It came out in 2016, so that's a lot of views. Everyone, yeah. Yeah. Also, this is not the first time Baby Shark has been used for torture outside the Oklahoma jail or whatever frat those guards were in. It was also used, if you remember, we covered this it was used at the West Palm Beach Event Center speaker system in 2019.
For homeless people.
To get homeless people away from like spending the night out there and hanging out there, they blasted Baby Shark from their speaker system. So this is a move maybe that these guards picked up from that story. Maybe they're Hard Factor listeners. Sorry, you're unemployed now, guys. And look, while that moment was not one the prisoners would want commemorated, some moments are. And if you want to capture a special moment or image of a loved one or a loved one's pets and give that to them as a painting, well, you'll probably go to heaven because painting is the most thoughtful gift you can give someone. At paintyourlife.com, you can do just that without breaking the bank. Get a professional hand-painted portrait created from any photo. Just send any picture of yourself, your children, family, a special place, a cherished pet, whatever. A
Mark,
landscape.
You know what would be a good painting?
What's that?
Your family as the Baby Shark family.
Oh, okay.
If your kid loves Baby Shark. I mean,
That's true.
I get that it's like, a crime against humanity to play the song over and over.
That one's for the baby. Yeah, that one's for the baby.
But some kids love it.
Yeah. Not many parents, but yeah, that painting would be for the baby. But it's everything's for the baby. Look at the baby. Or you could combine photos into one painting, guys, if you wanted. With Paint Your Life's compilation portraits, you can create a portrait of the whole family without the need of everyone to be there for a family photo. Exactly what Will was talking about. You don't have to go and dress up like a fucking shark in person at a mall and spend hundreds of dollars doing that. You can just send in the photos and they'll do it for you. You choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. It's quick and easy process. Get a hand-painted portrait in about 3 weeks. Meaningful, personal, and it can be cherished forever, guys. Makes the perfect holiday gift or for someone you love or for yourself or for an anniversary, whatever. At paintyourlife.com, there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded. Guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, you already know you're going to get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off. And you also already know it's going to be fucking free shipping, which is ridiculous. To get this special offer, text the word FACTOR to 64,000. That's FACTOR to 64,000. Text FACTOR to 64000. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most.
I did the math on the Baby Shark YouTube royalties, conservative end. That's like 21 million in YouTube royalties.
I mean, I don't even know if that's enough. You get 7 billion views, you deserve that.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of dough.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
it's a lot of dope. Yeah.
Damn it.
Have you guys? Do you guys know who Blippi is? By the way,
Yeah, dude. Blippi is the guy that during the Harlem Shake video. Do you remember Harlem Shake?
Yeah,
Of course.
Blippi either shit on his buddy or got shit on by his buddy when he was trying to be a comedian before he became Blippi the Clown.
Yeah. Well, now he's just a insanely rich guy. He's like he dances around and sings songs for like my nephew is really into him. He's just a guy who runs around and does like kids shows.
I think we
he's
talked
worth like
about him
$40 million.
We talked about him recently, but they didn't dig up his past where he's like doing raunchy comedy, shitting on people. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's done a really good job of getting all those videos off the internet somehow. Like he's been able to just
Speaking of digging up someone's past, they dug up Mad Dog, the guy that has did the Fleetwood Mac thing.
Oh,
the Ocean Spray. He's in trouble.
Ocean Spray guy.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
He's getting canceled for rapping along with the song and using the N-word.
Yeah, that was the internet always digs into people's past that are like newly famous. Yeah.
Didn't they give him a new truck too recently?
They did.
Yeah, Ocean Spray is probably going to take that back, I'd imagine, I guess, now that he's getting canceled.
Well, I hope they'd never look at us.
He's getting canceled over
now that the internet says he's a terrible human being. Take the truck back.
Fucking Dreams is number one right now because the guy fucking posted a TikTok. Like, sorry, dudes, everyone fucks up.
Right.
Everyone's got a past.
Everyone fucks
Ocean
up.
Spray.
Dude.
Ocean Spray.
Does he look like he's in a good place? No. Part of the reason it went viral is because he looked like he fucking was longboarding homeless around Long Beach, which, when he was happy. So let the guy be.
I thought for sure he had vodka in there.
Unfortunately, they're not letting him be. He is canceled.
His life changed. He's riding the wave. It was awesome for a while. Now he's in the cancellation wave, which
until
is terrible.
somebody watched all his videos and then he's canceled.
Some guy with a tough fucking past rapped along with a song and used the N-word. Like, so just apologize and move on. Don't fucking
unacceptable in 2020.
That's bullshit.
Beef. You got to understand. Unacceptable.
Very unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
The people were too offended. All right, guys, got some bad news for anyone with far too much time on their hands to be deep into the QAnon conspiracy theory. And that is you will no longer be able to find anything pertaining to QAnon on Facebook or Instagram, which Facebook owns. Let's face it, if you're getting your QAnon information from Facebook or Instagram, your heart probably wasn't really in it to begin with. But
you're knocking them for not being 4chaners.
That's right. No, if you're claiming to be QAnon and you're getting your shit on Facebook, you're a poser.
All the amateur QAnon hobbyists are gone. Yeah.
Oh, I think you're wrong, Wes.
I think you're just older.
He's right about Instagram. I think Facebook groups can get pretty deep.
Yeah, was the gas that spread the QAnon fire, undoubtedly.
You gotta. Yeah, well, it's the platform that's
wild. The private ones?
platform that allowed them to get so popular. That's for sure.
The best part about it though is like if any old people go and try to type QAnon in and they can't, they'll just think they'll probably just give up. It'll occupy a lot of their time because they're going to be so old, thinking like, well, I keep typing it. Why doesn't it come up here?
Well, then you Google it and you become the 8chan user. Then you're just going to migrate to 8chan.
A lot of those private Facebook groups like make you do a test to prove you're worthy before you get in. They're like, find the clues.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So the BBC describes QAnon as, quote, a conspiracy theory that says President Trump is waging a war against elite Satan-worshipping pedophiles, or the cabal, and many, Democrats, elite Democrats that are mentioned.
Soros, the globalists.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
So, I mean, if it were true, what a great war to wage. I'm sure there are quite a few of elite Satan-worshipping pedophiles out there, but I don't think Trump is putting a ton of time into that.
That's a tough group, the elite, the Satan-worshipping pedophiles. What? It's a rough group.
The thing that pisses me off is they keep making up elitist pedophiles, and not going after the ones that are real elitist pedophiles. It's like,
but it evolves though. I feel like Epstein really changed the game.
But there's been a pedophile, I'm not going to say who it is, who's been around Hollywood for fucking 30 years and is a notorious pedophile, and there's documentaries made about him.
Say who it is.
I don't want to get sued because he notoriously sues people, but
say allegedly.
Allegedly, Bryan Singer is a pedo. Allegedly.
Okay.
What about Roman Polanski and Kevin Spacey and allegedly?
Polanski, not a pedo. Definitely shouldn't have been banging teenage girls. But
what's the difference? Because you like his movies?
No, I don't. I think it's
you're not doing a good job painting a picture that there's no elitist pedophiles.
God, what were you saying, Wes?
Pat, you're right. They're out there, buddy.
They're real ones out there, and they're making them up.
You're saying that, okay, I got you. So there are real ones, but they're going after the fake ones.
They're making up people. Yeah, the real ones are out there just pedoing, laughing their asses off.
Yeah, there's plenty of real ones out there.
I got you.
The ones that Pat knows about, he wants them to go after. All right.
Brian,
what if Pat's Q? Now that would be
Q's a guy in fucking New Jersey, man. No, Q is the guy that owns 8chan. He took over Q. It's pretty widely known now. It's the guy that
who was not Corey Haim, but the other Corey saying
Corey Feldman
molested. Yeah, who was he saying molested him? Who was
Bryan Singer.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, full circle there.
Anyway, Angela Caruson, the president of Media Matters for America and tracks far-right extremism and right-wing media, says the group, quote, if you believe in QAnon, you almost have to fundamentally believe that violence is inevitable to save the world.
Oh, that's a tough statement.
Yeah, it is. Facebook put out a statement saying...
Why is that? Is there like some type of final battle described? Where, like,
there's
Trump
always a
swoops
final
down
battle.
a giant eagle
in these people's minds.
Yeah, he drives a silver sword into the cabal's heart.
Why would you get into something like this if there wasn't a final battle to look forward to? Well, that's just stupid.
Okay,
Come on.
all right.
This is a quest, Will. It's a
Yeah.
So Facebook put out a statement saying, quote, this work will take time and will continue in the coming days and weeks. Our dangerous organizations operations team will continue to enforce this policy and proactively detect content for removal instead of relying on user reports. So originally back in August, Facebook said they were just going to like disrupt QAnon activity in an organization, make it harder for them to, thrive. But now they're just going full delete.
It's going to take a while, like you said. They said it took them 12 years to get rid of the dog fucking group,
right?
The dog fucking ring.
Why did they choose right now? Do you think this is going to rile up the Q people, or do you think it's going to deflate them?
Of course it is.
Dude, people are riled. Yeah. Did you see that guy?
Where are they all going?
Did you see that guy that Trump supporter knock out the anti-Trump guy?
That's a fucked up video. That was just a sucker
But that's
punch.
the level of how freaked out people are right now. People are pissed off.
Both sides. There's both sides. Are
it was like that poll, the one we were talking about.
Anyway, real energized right now.
So it's gained a lot of strength in recent months. Trump himself acknowledged them, which gave them a real big boost, saying in one press conference, "I've heard these are people that love our country." And many of these people think he sends them like secret messages or acknowledgments during his rallies.
Right, they're always trying to tie his hand motion to some kind of prophecy in the Q canon. Right. Yeah.
But those are the same people.
Well, they're banned.
Okay. Yeah, except we have like 5 candidates who won their primaries who are Q people. So
there are a couple Q people that won their primaries.
But like we were talking about that on the text thread. Like, what do? You can't like ban a person because they believe in something that's been banned.
You just talk to your neighbor and then you try to convince them that conspiracy theories like Q aren't real, and then you try to dissuade them from running for office. That's what you do. But you can't ban them.
That's like voter. What's it called? Fraud. You can't influence people.
You can tell them that when they walk out of their house, I think you're stupid. I don't think you should run.
Yeah.
I think you should go back in that house, Brian.
You can say Q's stupid.
If you're into QAnon, you're not getting convinced by your neighbor that it isn't
definitely
real.
Not. There's no convincing.
No, you have to plan like an elaborate
Unless
plot.
you start acting like a robot.
They think think you don't understand the conspiracy, like what's actually
happening. This is what you do.
So why would they listen?
This is what you do.
I'll psych them conspiracy all day.
They're gonna kill you if you try to do that.
Yeah.
No. You fake your own abduction and let them see it, and then you come back and you're like, I escaped the globalist cabal, and then you can tell them anything, and they'll like report it to 8chan.
Yeah, you gotta come up with something crazier, like animals are attacking humans, and you have proof or something like that. Like,
if you gotta come up, if you find out your neighbor's into Q,
go ahead.
If you find out your neighbor's into Q, you should start like sending them letters with like some kind of like letterhead from like the cabal or something like that.
The Q office,
like the Bilderberg group. Be like,
invisible.
We know what you're doing.
You should definitely have like invisible ink where all the Qs disappear at some point.
Yeah.
This is John Brennan, former CIA director. We're coming after you.
Yeah, exactly. So no more Q on Facebook.
All right, guys.
Darn it.
Well, I think it's time that we bring back the soft corner because it's been too long. And today, I am throwing the goddamn state of Texas, specifically the east side of it, specifically the town of Tyler, Texas, in the motherfucking soft corner. Get in the corner, Tyler. Get in the corner.
What Tyler do now?
A Texas grand jury, guys, out of the ultra-progressive shit town of Tyler, Texas, has indicted Netflix, the whole company, on Tuesday on a charge of promoting lewdness via the French film Cuties.
Pat's favorite film.
Not my favorite film.
2020.
I'm going to start. I don't want any misconceptions.
So this is why you're soft corner.
Not my favorite film.
So artistic.
You're putting somebody who sued them in the soft corner, and this is the second or third time you've covered them.
Yeah,
it's your favorite topic outside of teledildonics, honestly.
Cuties. Yeah.
Don't put cuties and teledildonics in the same sentence. I don't
Oh,
like...
well, I mean, but those are your favorite.
I actually
you've
don't
been
like
covering them
cuties.
a
And
lot.
let me fucking do my soft corner, okay?
Okay, sorry.
Every time I put cuties on, my thing goes off.
Oh,
Why don't you release your browser history, Wes? Now, if you missed it...
I'll compare my browser history to yours any day.
We got to shut down the people that are doing teledildonics to cuties for sure. That'll rile the Q people up, something fierce, if that's happening.
You guys done?
Yeah.
Now, if you missed it, Cuties, not my favorite film, is a film which won the directing award at this year's Sundance Film Festival and is about an 11-year-old French girl who's Muslim, who's dealing with hypersexualization and the pressures from media and the public consciousness that are felt by young girls today to embrace that hypersexualization, specifically on the internet and social media, right?
And then it proceeds to have them dance in front of the camera and cheerleader outfits.
And remind me again, didn't they originally cast like a 16-year-old, but then they decided to get someone that's actually
12.
Different movie.
No, that was a
talking
different
about.
movie.
Different movie.
Okay.
That's the one they should be fucking banning. Because anyway, guys. Now let me say this: the movie is uncomfortable as fuck. It is hard to watch. The lead character falls in with a group of bad girls who are around 11 as well, same age. They're in a dance troupe. And there are many scenes of the crew of preteens dancing or training to dance in an over-sexualized manner.
Pretty provocative.
Absolutely. Well, training for their competition. Yeah. And the statement that they're trying to make there is like, it would be the equivalent of the girls dancing to WAP, right? Which is like what 11-year-olds are listening to these days, and they're emulating what they're seeing on TV and shit, right? These scenes are really hard to fucking watch. They're really hard. The director, who happens to be a female, is making a point throughout the film and definitely intended to make the audience uncomfortable. And in my opinion,
point is I can piss a lot of people off.
I think, look, she was trying to hammer it home. It was a little bit ham-fisted, if you ask me. The dance scenes went on fucking too long. They could have cut them 15 seconds early on every dance scene, and you would have gotten the goddamn point.
Well, also, why did you
went
have
on too
cameramen
long.
up in those 11-year-olds? Like, those girls are popping it. It's crazy.
Dude, when
It's weird.
Will sent a funny clip of Biden, it was like a jab at the New York Post, and I saw some clips of this shit. This shit should be off of. This is fucking illegal. This is illegal.
You're a fucking
It's some weird
Puritan
shit.
piece of
It's
shit if you think that.
disgusting, dude. You
It's
don't.
some weird
You
shit.
cannot
Guess
defend
what?
this
Guess
shit.
what? Art sometimes is disgusting, bro. And the director made a fucking
Dude,
choice. And I don't necessarily
on.
agree with her choice. I think that it was too gratuitous and graphic. I think that, however, it is an important film, and the message she's trying to send is fucking important. Look,
What is the message, though, Pat?
the
'Cause
message is
it like
that we need to really be careful about the messages that we're sending to young teen girls and what's
don't do this to young girls,
Right.
Exactly.
What's
What's
the rate?
expected
What's
out
the
of them.
rate? What's the rating? Is it R? Is
I mean, it
rated
would be an R. It would be an
Do
R.
they not? They,
NC-17.
is it TV? Is it TVMA?
It was a French
Like, I don't-
film. It was a French film, and Netflix picked it up. So
Wait.
I don't know if the MPAA rated it.
They don't have ratings in France.
So that's what I'm asking. If the MPAA got their hands on it, that's what I'm asking. Basically.
Look, guys, it's a one-time watcher. There's no doubt about that. Unless you're a fucking creeper, which therein lies the problem. But you can make the same.
You know what? That's a good point. If everyone's browser history that's watched Cuties more than once, the FBI should go in.
100%. Look,
Absolutely.
look. You want
If you
got
Cuties on more than once, you got to go.
You want to ban Cuties? Ban TikTok. Get on fucking TikTok. And guess what? There's no artistic statement. Cuties is the the piece of art that's making the statement about what you fucking see on TikTok. So
You're right with the TikTok, and then the Claudia Conway was this week.
Oh,
too.
Claudia Conway's
Like,
fucking TikTok is like, dude, she's 15 years old. It's
right.
It's
How are
inappropriate.
what I'm saying is,
how are you
people are
such
getting
an
too
elitist
comfortable
art
with these
shamer?
young girls.
How are you
going to
call one thing a piece of art and TikTok not? How come you can pick and choose what's art, Pat? You're the
Well, one
judge
is a
of all
well
art.
fucking crafted piece of media that is in the most
Because you work in the
collaborative
movie
art.
industry.
You
No,
call
dude, you
that
wanna-
well crafted? Holy shit!
Dude, it's really well crafted. It's a well done film. I'm sorry,
yeah,
it
it's
is.
great
These
when they
people,
spread
these
their
people
legs.
are these people are learning dance routines on TikTok. That's not art.
Guys, it's only fucking child porn if you look at it that way. The artist was trying to make a statement, and in my opinion, she went a little far, but that's her fucking right, dude. And
So what are they suing?
So
What's
are the TikTokers.
lawsuit? What's the lawsuit?
county prosecutors said that the charge was based on Texas law that makes it illegal to knowingly promote material that depicts the genitals or the pubic area of a child, clothed or partially clothed, and which appeals to, let's see.
Pedophiles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially pedos.
Yeah. I could see
Pure
where they would have
interest
grounds
in
to
sex
sue on
and
that.
has no hold on,
too.
has no serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value.
Oh, okay. You're saying because it has a point, then it.
That's the law that some lawyer, some fucking idiot Like, look, you know the law. Sorry, the law doesn't agree with your fucking taste. It absolutely
But the
is
first
artistic
part,
value.
they definitely violate. The first half of that, they violate for sure. The second half,
judgment,
it's arguable if they have a point or not.
The judgment's going to come down to whether they, whether they think it's art or not.
Exactly. Whether it has artistic value. And if you watch the thing and you don't think it has artistic value, you might not like it, but you're a fucking idiot.
I'm not going to watch it. But.
Well, don't.
No,
you don't have to.
Hard pass.
You don't fucking have to. You don't have to.
Not in a million years.
This guy,
I love Netflix.
This guy, I don't think, did watch it. However, he said in his statement that he did. The DA issued a statement saying, quote, "In our county, it is not uncommon for me to confront cases with underage victims. After hearing about the movie Cuties and watching it, I knew that there was a probable cause for us to bring this lawsuit, and it is my job to uphold the laws of the state and see that justice is done." The laws of the state, it's a French film. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You're the only county in America suing Netflix because you didn't like the content of a fucking film.
Counterpoint, though.
Why don't you just not watch it? Or cancel Netflix if you want to cut off your nose to spite your face. You're fucking idiots. You're wasting your goddamn time. Also, guess what? 10, 15 years from now, make a judgment whether it's fucking pornographic. 10, 15 years from now, someone will be like, oh, that's art, probably. That's usually what happens in these situations when someone's so deeply offended by a piece of content that they have to fucking
but don't
sue.
be naive, Pat. Like, the first one always gets screwed. That's just the way it is. Like, if your future comes to fruition and you're right, this in history repeating itself. Like, the first very ultra violent film got banned. The first, come on, that's not a fair argument.
Also, counterpoint to the law part.
We're not there yet, and I hope
the
we
Texas
don't
Chainsaw Massacre got banned for 35 years in England, and now that's the biggest territory.
I hope that's not the direction we're going. Let me just say that.
Cuties doesn't become a franchise.
Yeah, I hope Cuties isn't the start of it all.
Cuties is not a fucking fan favorite. Cuties should not be a cult movie. If someone owns Cuties on DVD, you should cut them. You should not, Cuties is a one-time watcher if you care about the issue. If you don't, leave it the fuck alone.
Why
are you wasting taxpayer dollars? You're wasting taxpayer dollars.
My question is, so what? Why if this goes through and this movie gets removed from Netflix? Obviously, Netflix is way too big to fail.
Reed Hastings was named in it.
Yeah, so what? It costs him a couple million or something. It's Netflix is $1 trillion company. They're not going to go down for Cuties. They're not going down for Cuties.
You think there's not better shit than Tyler, Texas?
If Cuties gets removed from Netflix, is that big a deal? Is that going to make you?
That would be a real fucking shitty thing for Netflix to do, and that would mean that they don't back their artists. But most importantly,
they're ordered to do it?
I guarantee that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But I guarantee you that there's better shit that the DA in fucking Tyler, Texas could be doing with his time than fighting a fucking culture battle about what he thinks is appropriate.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you. Yeah, Pat, there's always something better.
But Pat, there's one important factor there. Texas is in fact bigger than France. Yep. So pretty sure that
should be the judgment
that applies here. So, Texas gets.
What'd you guys do today? We sued a global film distribution network that has a French film on it that we didn't like. Oh, cool.
Well, hey, they're also. I mean, there's
any murders on the streets.
They're also, drawing attention to the fact that maybe it's a little unacceptable, more so than.
Which I guess is the point of the movie.
That's
so maybe
fine.
they're actually agreeing with the artist.
Then guess what? Guess what? Go make art to say what you want to say.
Well, so that movie, though, if
this
the
is
point
their
is
art,
to
a
not
lawsuit.
have
Dude,
that,
no, bring the law down.
No, their art. The point of that movie was to get canceled. The point of that movie was to get canceled,
all, bro. The point of the art was to make you so
because the
uncomfortable
point
that we
was
have a
don't
discussion.
over-sexualize little girls. So that movie that over-sexualized little girls, that gets canceled.
Furthermore, canceling this movie will give it much more infamy.
That's what I was talking about, Mark.
It will. So I mean, either way, the Beeve wins. His favorite movie becomes a cult classic, or it stays online. Whatever.
How's Cuties?
It's not my favorite movie, you dickhead. And
98 out of 100 on the Beeve.
I don't know. Do not put that, dude. I'm going to turn my eyes away. I can't watch it.
Minus 2 tomatoes because one of the dance scenes went on too long.
All of them went on too long.
They went on. That was the problem.
Yeah, they went on.
Wes, that is some closed-minded ass, dumbass fucking shit.
Okay. No, according to your recap, that agrees with the artist. I keep getting hung up on this. So, all right. But hey, Pat, take us to the, we got some debate.
All right, guys. Right? Yeah, we're going to take a break. We're going to go watch the debate. The second half of the show you will hear will be our recap of the debate. So stay tuned for that. Oh, by the way, guys, you can go to lardfactor with an L, LARDFCATOR.com, and that will take you to our Fundly link for the Fatathon. Lardfactor.com.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
How did we get that domain name?
I just bought it. I couldn't buy it.
Nice. Is the domain.
Fatathon was
I
taken.
can't believe that was not taken. Lard Factor.
Fat Factor was
Factor's
available
great.
for $29,000, but Lard Factor we got for $1.99. So
Nice. Good work.
$1.99.
Nice.
nice.
Lard Factor.
Hell
What
yeah.
a deal.
Good job.
Nice. All right, well, let's do the debate. All right, guys, we're back. We are joined by intern Cam, who was getting tweets off on the BNN account during the vice presidential debate. Cam, thank you for joining us.
What's going on, guys? Happy to be here.
Oh, yeah. Tweeting like a maniac, getting some good likes there.
Oh, I get going on that serotonin hit from a couple likes, and it's hard to stop.
Hard to stop from
Addicting.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure to follow Hard Factor News and Barstool News Network to get all the best moments from every debate. So, guys, what were the best moments from this VP debate tonight?
I think you know, Will. I think it's pretty obvious what the best moment was, and it wasn't the debate itself whatsoever. It was the third party that joined the debate unexpectedly
The fly.
in the fly. Look, we're lying to ourselves when we're getting hyped about politics. We're liars, but we're good liars, and we try to make it fun. But when a fly comes in and dominates the debate, I think that pretty much says it all.
This
Yeah.
fly was so goddamn dominating and swept the internet so hard that it's going to do the same thing to the movie The Fly with Jeff Goldblum that the Ocean Spray guy did to Fleetwood Mac.
He essentially he Ken boned us, which is just by being himself, he won our heart.
The Fly of the movie is going to just hit the top of the like Netflix or whatever charts.
You're right. The Fly is the 2020 Ken Bone.
I got a question though. Does the fly kind of act like a Larry the Goldfish? Does that mean that Pence is the winner because the fly chose Pence?
Well, and somebody else tweeted that. Yeah, that, like it's the octopus at the
That's
World
a
Cup,
good
and
question.
it picked him. Yeah.
Well,
Also,
A
the
little,
fly.
little historical point. In 2016, a fly landed on Hillary Clinton, and she lost. So that could be a bad omen for Pence going forward.
Isn't a fly also like the sign of the devil? That's not good for
Right.
Pence.
So, Mark, dead on that. 'cause
Beelzebub.
Black
some
fly in
people
your
said.
Chardonnay.
when it was announced that Trump had COVID, Mark, I know that you saw this because we were on Twitter at the same time.
Right.
But I've never seen more satanic imagery responding to Trump's tweet. A lot of those had flies.
Too many. Can we get rid of the satanic people? Like
So you're
we got
saying
rid of
there's
the
a
Q
satanic hex on the Trump campaign?
A fly lands on
Well,
you
it's like-
indoors, the only fly for miles.
Well,
I
that's
think
not
that it
good.
says something.
It's like snake, goat, fly are the top three satanic things. So I don't know.
Well, the fly was incredible though. He clearly won the show, or he or she. I don't know what the fly's gender is, but it won.
this
fly.
just in. The fly has died, guys, unfortunately, but it lived a long fly
You know
life.
what?
of natural causes.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I wanna, do,
Pence
you
fire
guys think,
spray.
do you guys think that it's cool that Pence could just sit there for 2 full minutes without touching it,
Yeah.
or do you think it's crazy?
He had a helmet on of hair.
Exactly, Pat. He needs to lean into two things. Whatever like hairspray he uses is like to make merch on the side for his personal bank, and then also he needs to lean into
like Jimmy Johnson.
He needs to lean into the fly thing as a joke, and then it'll be a pro for him. Right now, it's a very big con.
I was gonna when I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, if Kamala tells Pence about the fly, she gains major points with me.
She
But
should have.
She didn't.
It would
It's
have
like
been funny.
it's like helping a brother out when he's got a boog in his nose.
She should have said, "You have a fly in your hair, idiot."
Yeah.
I think Pence felt the fly, and I think that Pence just chewed the fly.
No, Will.
No
like,
way
you
he
take-
felt it.
Yeah, you take Pence's hair product and you bring it to the NFL, CTE is gone.
So you're telling me that that's just how solid his top was?
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't even need a helmet.
Well,
My
it
man's
was
working with steel wool.
That's true.
Yeah,
The
for
sheen
sure.
on it was incredible. It was so white. I mean, it was like blinding white, like the light of heaven. It was great.
It's so. I'm surprised that fly's legs didn't immediately shatter when it landed on his head. Just breaks at all at 90-degree angles. The fly's body is just stuck on his head.
Yeah, I thought it was
It's
stuck
so
for
hard.
a while.
Yeah.
His hair is so preposterous.
I mean, what else is there to talk about on that debate? It's the fly, right?
it's really
Right.
just a fly.
Well, okay, on that note, though.
There was a dog barking in the background too.
Right, there was the dog. I stepped out for a smoke, so I missed the dog. So someone bring me up to speed on the dog like I
So
was.
at the end, like around the last quarter of the debate, just a random dog from like backstage just started barking like every like 15 seconds.
Yeah, who let that dog in? Like some producer brought their dog.
It was like in a fucking farmhouse. There's flies and dogs everywhere.
Where the hell was it?
Right, they reported
Salt Lake City, Utah.
I'll tell you what.
God.
There's no way any production person is getting their dog through the door. I'll tell you
No,
that.
not
I
on
guarantee
a
it.
national news debate.
I'll tell you whose dog it was. It's a Pence or it's a Harris dog. I guarantee
Has to be.
that.
Those are the
Yeah,
only
has
two
to be.
pe-
Yeah,
ha-
debater,
those are the
yeah.
only two people that could get a dog in there. Yeah, you're right.
Well,
or
security dog.
the head director maybe. But yeah.
A security dog.
What
then
about
that
a
security
big
dog needs to
J?
be fired right away.
What about a big J
Oh,
that's got some needs?
Wes with
You know
the
what I mean?
security dog out of left field.
You
That
guys
thing
are really
blew my
not
mind.
giving much credit to service dogs if you're saying that one is just gonna on its biggest night on its biggest stage it's gonna
Well, hang
just
on.
start barking.
It might be a security dog, and it smelled the weed on Mike Pence because did you see his fucking eyes?
Oh, yeah,
it
his
looked like
eyes.
someone
He had
was
some red
blowing
eyes.
farts in his eyes all night.
Also, Pence's eyes didn't adjust all the time. Did you notice
No.
that he's got some a type of like a something going on with his eyes? Yeah,
He needs
There
some
it is.
eye drops, man. Like, what is
You know what though? I feel bad for him because if he did have pink eye, like there's nothing more embarrassing than pink eye or a cold sore because it's herpes or shit in your face, and I've had both of them many
know.
times.
It's-
And the
it's-
last thing you want is
it's hard
before
to
a national
explain, but-
debate.
I gotta
Yeah,
say,
it's hard
you know,
to explain off, Pat.
For a guy that had a fly land on his head and his eye looking like that, he was an impressive debater. Like
He did a really good job debating.
for those
He was
setbacks.
fighting the elements.
His dog's barking in the back. He can
Yeah.
hear his dog barking.
It was his dog, probably.
It must have been.
It's the shit particles in his eye, and it's the goddamn fly on his head, and he still did a pretty good job. Yeah, he
really-
did well.
He really
It was
did.
either a Pence Harris dog or if it was a service dog, Wes,
Yeah.
the service dog wanted out of their employment contract and they saw a big opportunity to get out because
True.
you know if you're a dog, how do you quit? You know,
I would
and-
have Pence on my debate team any day. I would give him some what was it, roto like the intense eye
like,
adjustable.
clear
But,
eyes or whatever.
Yeah, but like the roto one, like the intense one. But yeah, I mean, like he remembered everything he was supposed to bring up that made Kamala like
If
have
you
to
caught the
backtrack.
pre-show, yeah, he literally hit every single GOP talking point that we
He did.
mentioned he would, and they all for the most part, worked pretty well. To
Right
land
now,
the point.
Kamala also a good debater. She sidestepped.
Yes.
They both avoided a lot of the questions, but they both did good. But I was surprised by how well Pence did.
Pence came out swinging with the plagiarism comment. I thought he was going to be dirty the whole
Well,
debate,
I
but
mean,
it
he,
felt canned. It
Build
felt
Back
canned as
Better.
fuck. But
well, it was.
what do you
Build
guys
Back
think
Better is plagiarized.
the strategy was? I'm curious about this because Will, as you called it, Pence seems like a better debater in terms of just being more skilled. And then there was a number of times where Kamala didn't have a rebuttal, but I was curious, is that because she didn't have a rebuttal or was her strategy to not muckrake because of the last debate? Like, was her
Well,
strategy
no.
to be the I'm talking? Was that a strategy or was that just her pandering? I don't know.
I think it was both, Pat, because there was situations where she didn't reply because she didn't have an answer. And those ones were court packing, waffling on Green New Deal, and undermining the vaccine, the confidence in the vaccine. On those,
Abortion
there was
also.
no. Yeah, well, the ACB stuff was odd. Just that it was an odd back and forth. But on the other ones, though, I think that she just maybe she was trying to just take control by jumping to a different topic. But but some she didn't have an answer for.
Right.
Yeah, I thought perhaps she was trying to do the let him hang himself thing.
Well, I
That's
think
what
they
I kinda
both
thought
were
too,
to some
Pat.
degree.
They both
but-
got each other a bunch of times, but the difference was like Pence didn't like hesitate. She hesitated for like a few seconds each time, and then she did well. And I think they both. I mean, it didn't move the needle. Come on. I mean, both.
No,
both
I don't
sides-
think it's going to move the
both
polls.
sides think
Everybody
they
felt-
won.
Exactly.
and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And what I really missed was not having like Trump just bashing someone there. Like honestly, it was outside of the animals. It was boring, and I missed Trump just belittling, badgering. Like I think it's not presidential. I think he's an asshole, but I need to see it on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially with WWE not having fans in the stands. Let me ask you guys a big
Yeah.
question here.
It is like
I
a
still-
WWE event when he's on stage.
Oh yeah, big time. I still can't get over this shit. So, like, how is it, regardless of your politics, right? Regardless of whether you believe in global warming or not, which if you don't, in my opinion, you're a fucking asshole. That's my opinion. How is it the Trump campaign is still towing the dirty forest floor rhetoric for the cause of the wildfires in California?
Well, they're just saying like both sides. I think their point on that one is like it's not just you can't just say we're going to go carbon neutral and there'll never be another wildfire. You have to do some type of management as well.
Yeah,
it seems that
she won that round. He was like, "There's the same
Well,
amount of hurricanes as 100 years ago. We're in the Greek alphabet of hurricanes." She got him with the science stuff.
I don't know.
She got him with the science stuff.
I don't know if she did. I feel like
let's see what Penn said about climate change.
Well, yeah, this climate change part, right?
Let's hear it.
This is a horrible quote.
As I said, Susan, the climate is changing. We'll follow the science. But
when asked about climate change, he goes, "The climate is changing."
Yeah, the climate has changed. That's like it's hot in the afternoon.
Nice.
All big industries had a fucking teledildonic in his ass, and if he fucking said that climate change was real, the oil industry would have let it rip.
The thing that happened with the climate change discussion was that he countered with the Green New Deal. So they were kind of like neutralizing.
That was a talking
arguments.
point we said he would hit.
Right. So like they although Kamala got him with that the climate is changing and stuff like that, then he gets her with you've waffled so much on fracking and your approach to energy in general that nothing you say can be trusted. And so it's like
the best things Kamala did was when she said like let me finish, if we can get that clip up, and then we got it. She was strong with those. She didn't do it that often, but the let me finishes were pretty strong.
Hey, this is the first time we've ever had intern Cam on the pod. When we're done with this, I want to hear your general opinion, Cam. We got like maybe 30 seconds.
Don't mind letting me finish.
Oh yeah.
We can then have a conversation. Okay?
please.
Okay.
He got hard.
Like a 2-year-old.
Strong. My balls tingled when she said that. I was scared. I was like, I want her to finish. She can like she did good there. That was very effective.
Yeah, both solid debaters. Cam, what's your closing thoughts?
All right, a couple closing thoughts. I thought Kamala at times sounded a little bit arrogant and snarky, but I do agree with Pat that she made a choice not to be too combative, but that's still just the way that she came off to me. I thought Pence sounded more presidential. I wish that he was Trump. I wish he was the president because he sounds a hell of a lot better than the president. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But my big takeaway today is that we're just in like a post-platform world. No one has a platform of any sort, and no one will pin themselves down on any single issue. And whether it was Kamala with court packing or abortion, Kamala, oh, eat my ass.
You can't say it right.
You got like Mike Pence, the pink guy. You gotta be careful.
You're the BNN fucking guy, and you can't even say the vice president's name right.
Some brain larva.
It's a regional dialect.
Kamala, bro.
You got 30 seconds, Cam.
Jesus. The bottom line is everyone is too afraid to declare any sort of positions, and that's just the reality. We're not learning shit, and we could have the vote tomorrow. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Sage words from intern Cam, aside from the pronunciation. So
work on that, buddy.
Everybody follow at Hard Factor News, at Barstool News Network. We got it. We got to get going. Thank you, and we'll talk again tomorrow.
Have a great fucking day.
Naked vote.